Hello everyone, this lesson today is about reflections, and the aim here is to reflect a shape in a given line. The first shape we're going to reflect is this triangle. I'm going to reflect it in this line here. Now before you do this, rather than reflecting the whole shape, just focus on the vertices, the corners. So we're going to reflect that point in this line, then we're going to reflect that point in the same line, and finally that point in the same line. So this point is 1, 2 away from that line. So what we need to do is redraw that point going away from this line, 1, 2 away. So you can see that I've drawn that. And the same here, look at this, 1, 2 to that point. So we do the same again, 1, 2 to our next point. And again, I've drawn that there. And finally, this top point here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. So we start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, put our final cross there. Now once we've drawn those points in, we can draw in the shape. So here it is. As you can see now, it has a butterfly effect about that line. So if you were to fold this bit of paper here, this would actually fit onto there. So let's do the same with this one here. So all we do again is take those points. So here they are, going from this line, this point here is 1, 2, 3 away, so I've drawn it the same, 1, 2, 3 away. This point here is 5 away from the line, and I've drawn it 5 away from the line. I've done the same with all the other points, and now we can draw that in. And here we have the reflected shape. So look at this again. There's a gap of 3 here and there's a gap of 3 there. You can see if we folded about that line, that would mirror onto that, and that's what you're looking for every time. Okay, it's your turn to have a go. So just press pause, have a go, and then press play to see the answers. Okay, here's your answers. Now again, look at this. You are making sure you're 1 away from the mirror line each time in this case. And this one again, look, the distances from the mirror line are always the same. So in this example, you can see we've got an axis, x-axis, and a y-axis. And we're going to start reflecting in the x-axis, well that's the x-axis. And when it says reflect in the x-axis, what it means is make that axis there become your mirror line. If it said reflect in the y-axis, then the y line becomes your mirror line. Okay, looking at question 1, it says reflect shape A in the x-axis. Well, this one here is the x-axis, so if I highlight that, that becomes our mirror line. So what we do now is we take each point, each vertex, like we did before, and we mirror it in this line. So this point here is 1 away, this point here is 1 away, and this point here is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the mirror line. So all we need to do now is actually draw those in. So one thing to watch out for here is to make sure when you draw them, you do draw away from the mirror line, okay, each time. So you can see that is 1, that must be 1. You need to ignore the values here at the moment. And so now I've drawn in the reflected shape, I need to call it A dash. So all I do now is write on there A dash. So now we're looking at question 2. We're going to reflect shape B, this one here, in the line x equals 2. So before we can reflect any shape, we have to draw this line x equals 2. And what does that actually mean? It means we're going to draw the line with coordinates 2 and then something else. So this here will have this line will have a coordinate 2 and whatever value of y we have. So for every value of y, the x coordinate will be 2. So I can draw that on. So we've got 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, and so on. And you can see that there is creating a line going up the page through the x-axis at 2. So here's the line x equals 2. That's drawn on the page now. So like before, we just now mirror our shape B in that line. So we've got this point here is 1, 2 away from the mirror line, and if we look at this next point here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from the mirror line. So we need to draw those on. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drawing those on. This point here is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, and the next one is a total of 6 away. So we'll draw those on again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we can just draw in the shape. And now we label this one B dash. And finally, we're going to reflect shape C in the line y equals -3. So what that means is for any value of x, y is always -3. So we could have 0, -3, 1, -3, 2, -3, and so on. So let's plot those. We can have 0, -3, 1, -3, 2, -3, and it can carry on. And you can see now we're going to create a line going across the page, going through the y-axis at -3. And next we just mirror the shape in that new line, y equals -3. So here we go, mirroring the shape. And now we can draw that in. And now we label that C dash. Now don't worry if it goes over the axis line, it doesn't really matter. You are now, once you've drawn your actual line y equals -3, you're just mirroring the shape in that line. You're actually ignoring the axis after that. Okay, so just press pause and have a go, and when you're ready to see the answers, just press play. So in question 1, you are drawing the mirror line in the y-axis. In question 2, you're drawing the mirror line in x equals -1. And in question 3, you're drawing the mirror line y is equal to -5. So here's the first one. And here is number 2. And this is the final question. Right, in these next 2 questions, we're going to look at some diagonal lines. So we're going to look at drawing shape A in the mirror line y is equal to x. All that means is the coordinates that you're going to use for x and y are the same. So you could have coordinates like 0, 0, 1, 1, 5, 5, and so on. So we can plot those now, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and if you look at that, you get a diagonal line going across the page. So I'll draw that in now. So there we have the line y is equal to x. So like before, we have to draw in the points of each shape, the corner of each shape. Apart from this time, you're going through a diagonal line. So you could go diagonally. So this point here is 1.5 diagonally from here. Or you could go 1, 2, 3 along, and then at 90-degree angle 1, 2, 3 away, and that's how I would choose to do it. So for example, this point here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 90 degrees going away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's draw those points in. So here are the vertices all drawn in. Next I'll draw in the lines. Again, make sure you label it A dash. Now you need to check this. So once you've drawn it in, again I would just look at 1 or 2 points, choose this point, and then try the diagonal way. That is 1, 2, 3 away from this point. It needs to be 1, 2, 3 away. Let's choose another point, that one there. That is going diagonally, 1, 2, 3 away. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3 away. And again, if we folded that bit of paper here, that should mirror and sit onto that there. So now we're going to do question 2, and in this question we're going to draw the line y is equal to -x. So that basically means for every value of x that you have the same number value for y, but it's the opposite sign. So for example, you could have a positive 1 for x, you'd have a negative 1 for y. So a 2 and a -2, a 3 and a -3, and so on. Let's just plot those. Well, 0, 0 is there. So you have 1, -1, 2, -2, 3, -3. And you can see now that's also going to give you a diagonal line. So let's draw that in. So here's the line y is equal to minus x. So y equals x is that direction, goes positive in x and y equals minus x would cross at the y equals x at a right angle. Okay, so now we're going to reflect shape B in this part of the line here. That becomes our mirror line. So we do exactly as we did before. We take each corner or each vertex and we plot them. So this point here is one up, one along. So this point here is 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Therefore it's 1, 2, 3, 4 along. Let's put those as crosses. This point up here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along. My apologies, up. Therefore it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along. And the final one, this one here, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. Therefore it's 6 along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along. All we need to do now is draw the lines in. So there's B dash. All I need to do now is check this. So again, let's choose that point there. Let's have a look going across. So we've got 1, 2.5 diagonally from the mirror line. There we go. 1, 2.5 diagonally from the mirror line. Check one more. This one here. 1, 2 from the mirror line. 1, 2 from the mirror line. That looks okay. Okay, so it's your turn to have a go. For question 1, you are drawing the line y equals x and reflecting in that. And then for question 2, you're drawing the line y is equal to minus x and you're reflecting in that. So draw your lines first, then draw your shapes. Press pause and have a go. So here's question 1 done for you. And here is question 2. Again, don't forget to check by going across 1, 2.5. 1, 2.5. So you can check any of the vertices and make sure they're the same distance from the mirror line. So the next set of questions have been taken from Corbett Maths. So just press pause, have a go. I'll draw them on in a second so you can check your answers. Okay, here are my answers sketched on. Hopefully you've got the same. And again, press pause and have another go. Like before, I will sketch the answers on. So press pause now and have a go. Here are the first three. Now notice on this one here there's an overlap. So what you do is you need to look at the mirror line and look at one side and draw that first. Then look at the other side and then draw that on afterwards. Do not worry that it crosses over the original drawing, that's fine. Press pause again and have a go at question 2. And here are the answers. This question's slightly different. You're not drawing the shape's already been drawn, the original shape and the mirrored shape's been drawn. What you've got to do is draw the mirror line. So if I do the first one, so what you do here is you find the middle of the two shapes. So I need to find the middle of that shape and that shape as to where they would mirror. That line would be here. So all I do is just draw that line on. There we go. If I press pause, you can have a go at the rest. Press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, here are the answers. On the last three, notice that this one doesn't actually fit on one of the grid lines, it fits in between. That point is 1.5 away, and that point is equal distance, 1.5 away. Notice this one has got a diagonal line, as has this one here. So imagine you're folding this bit of paper, and so they mirror onto it. Okay, for question 4, you're going to mirror in either the x or the y axis. So the first one, you are going to mirror in the x axis, so that is the x axis. And for the second one, you're going to mirror in the y axis, and that is the y axis. Okay, press pause and have a go. When you're ready for the answers, just press play. Okay, here are the answers. Okay, so in question 5, you have to draw the line in first. So the 5a, you're drawing in the line x equals 1. That means every value of x is 1. So it goes through the x-axis at 1. That's here. So you have a line through there, and you're going to mirror it in that line. So press pause, have a go at all of them, and then when you're ready, press play for the answers. So here you go. Okay, your final questions. So in this set of questions here, you're drawing the diagonal line y equals x, y equals minus x, and then y equals x again, and then you're going to draw in the mirrored shape. You're reflecting in those diagonal lines. Press pause, have a go, and when you're ready, press play. Okay, here are your answers. If you're unsure of any of those aspects, just go back to the video and rewatch it again.